Hello guys, how are you? This is Cyber with Khalifa. Today we're gonna talk about a really important topic. Today we're gonna talk about certification, and the first one that we're gonna talking about is the CySA Plus, the cybersecurity analyst. Is like the premier certification for cyber professional. So is one of the most important certification, and everyone know comptia. Like you see here, comptia have a lot of certification: AI, cloud, cyber, data, digital skills, etc. So for our field, we're gonna talk about cybersecurity, how you're gonna pass the exam, some example, because for me I have already the certs. I don't know if you see it, like, yeah, I have already the certs. Is one of the best certs in my life, guys. It's so hard to pass this exam, but when you have it, you have a lot of knowledge about cybersecurity analyst. So we're gonna go directly, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about the certification, how much it costs, and time to prepare for the exam. So we're gonna start with exam details. So we have version 3. It's launched June 23. They always give a new version. You have to passing the exam, you have to have a 750. So it's really important to have this score to pass the exam. The duration, you have 100, like I think 2 hours, but if you are not native English, you have 3 hours. For me it was 3 hours because I'm not native in English. And they recommend 4 years of experience. For me, I recommend 2 years of experience. I don't recommend you to start with this certification. If you want to start in IT, start with other certification, because this one is difficult. It costs a lot of money, so you do not want to throw your money out of the window. So we're gonna start with the objectives of the exam. You're gonna start with security operation. Security operation, here we talk about attacks, about networking, about malicious activity, tools like VirusTotal, etc. PowerShell, threat intelligence and threat hunting, tactics. What is threat hunting, threat intelligence? After, you have a vulnerability management. So vulnerability management, here you're gonna it's important because you're gonna find CVSS, XSS, CVU, lot of, like I said, lot of attacks like XSS, cross-site scripting, overflow vulnerability, data poisoning, beaconing attack, command and control. You have to know all of those attacks, and also how to scan, how to analyze output. It's important. Vulnerability response and governance, etc. And also you have incident response management. How you're gonna respond, like if you have an alert, what you're gonna learn, how you treat this alert, how you gonna explain this kill chain to detect the attacker. And after, you have a life cycle, like how to really respond to the attack. You know what I mean? And the last one is reporting and communication, metrics, action plan, reports, KPI, lessons, reporting, all of those things, you know. So it's really a lot of topics. So you have to really do a lot of like homework, you know. But when you have this certification, you're gonna have a lot of a good career. You're gonna go like system analyst or system engineer or cybersecurity engineer, penetration tester. You can do IT editor, cybersecurity architecture. It's aligned always with cybersecurity engineer, manager, specialist, and you can do a lot of things because it's really important. For me, what I did to pass this exam, I did a lot of things. So the first thing you have to do is try hack me SOC analyst. You have the 1 and the 2. You have two level, you know. You have the I'm not saying you have to pass the certs of try hack me, but I recommend you to really start by try hack me 1 and the 2. The path I'm talking about, the path I'm gonna show you right now. Yeah, you have 2 paths. This is one. Yeah, you have learning path 1. You're gonna learn a lot of things. It's really important to have this basics, okay? And after, you're gonna second analyst. I'm gonna show you the two. The 2 also, it's important. You have a lot of things, but like I said, you take the 1, you take the 2, and after this, what I recommend, for me, I use books. I'm gonna show you my books. So I use this one, CySA Plus Study Guide, from Mike Chappell and David Seidel. So it's cost me $70. So in Europe it's cost 55. This one, just this one, and you have a lot of things. Like you see, I really use it. And you have an online book with, so for people who want online things and online exam, and how much you have, like 530 page. Okay, so this one is important to finish, guys. I really recommend you to finish this one, and also after finishing this one, you do all of this, the practice test. The practice test also, it's cost me $45, so it's 40 euro in France. And you have here, I think you have 1000 practice question, and a lot of them, and it's really difficult, you know. It's more difficult than the exam. If you have 70%, 75% here, you go and pass the exam. For me, I had 72, always 75, sometime 80. So it's important to buy these 2 books. You have a practice test and the study guide. It's important. And always, I'm gonna show you some video from YouTube that I used. Okay. So what we're gonna do, take CySA Plus full course. I use this one, yeah, from Certified Breakfast. Is, guys, it's the best one. The best one. You have to do all of this, and also it's little video. You don't have plus of 1 hour, but it's one of the best. You're gonna learn a lot of things, and like I said, the important is the practice also, because you have, like I said, you have a lot of you have 6 practice questions. Okay, and you can buy the CySA, the comptia course, but it's a lot. It's really, it's cost money. It's cost $1000. I don't recommend it, but you do what you want. So for the exam, for me, I took this one with retake assurance. For me, it's important to take with the retake assurance, because if you take this one and you failed, you're gonna pay 300 euro. So, but if you take this one, you can fail. You can enter the exam like with no pressure, you know, with no stress. You take the exam, yeah, this one, after you have learn a product, you have master learn, you have labs, but it's cost money, you know. The bundle costs 581 euro. So for me it's worth it, guys. It's really worth it when you have this CySA Plus. It's one of the important certification to start in cybersecurity analyst, SOC analyst level 1, level 2. But after you can pass the other cert in cyber. You have the Pentest Plus and you have the Security X Plus. This one it's after CySA Plus you can pass the Security X. It's really good cert. You're gonna learn governance, risk, compliance, security engineering, security operation. It's really good. But if you're gonna choose governance, it's really good cert. But for me, start with CySA Plus if you have 2 years of experience, and for me it's worth it. And you can start this process. If you want some advice, send me a message on LinkedIn. I'm gonna put my LinkedIn in the description, and see you next time, guys.